YouTube? This is GSmaniamsmart, and I'm on a brand new video for Gaming with GS. And today we're here on Guild Wars 2, and we're going to talk about the Bitterfrost Frontier map, everything you can do in the map, all the secrets, all the rewards you can do, all the cool events you can do, what you're supposed to do in the map, why you're supposed to do it. So if you're clueless about the map, if you're not sure exactly what you're supposed to be doing, this is the video for you, and hopefully you'll find it helpful and informative. Now, I just want to give a few opinions on this map. I personally like this map a lot. I think it's a beautiful map. I think there's a lot to do in the map. I think there are a lot of different areas that have their own specific themes. The events in the map are really fun to do. I've really enjoyed doing them. They seem to be very rewarding. As far as gold income, if you compare it to other maps, I'd say that Arc Basin is still a much better chance of getting more gold. I think Silver Wastes may also still be a little better, but there is a sort of mixture of Verdant Brink with Dry Top and with the Silver Wastes in this map. Essentially, the meta event revolves around a blizzard, just like in Dry Top, the meta event revolves around a sandstorm. And in Verdant Brink, the meta event revolves around protecting camps, and in this map, the meta event revolves around also protecting the campfires, or the braziers, basically, the braziers that are lit up. And in Silver Wastes, you are basically opening up chests, and people can open them by using a key. In this map, you are basically opening up these chests that are frozen in ice, and if somebody uses a torch to unfreeze it, everyone can open them. So there are a lot of different, I feel like they mixed 3 different maps together very well, which makes it for a really fun map to do. There are a few disappointing aspects of this map also that I'll go over later in the video, but for the most part, there's a lot to do. It's really fun, and I'm hoping you'll enjoy the map as much as I am. So what is there to do in the map? For one, you have a meta event to do, so we'll go over that first. The meta event is basically a defense mission. It gets turned into a defense mission, and it gets turned into a champion farm. But initially, the main goal of the meta event, when you're just starting it, is to light up all the braziers around the map. There are several braziers around the map in different locations, and your goal is to go to these braziers with a code and flame and use your code and flame to light up the brazier. Once all the braziers are lit up on the map, your goal is to defend these braziers and make sure that none of the braziers go out so that the fire stays on the brazier and stays lit up. After a certain amount of time, the event will transition into a blizzard. During this blizzard, your goal is to keep the braziers lit up from the enemies that are trying to attack the brazier and trying to take the fire out. During that time, you'll see a lot of champions spawn. You'll also see several other events spawn around the brazier, which include more champions. So in general, this meta event is a great way to farm for champions, to get some champion bags. You can get some of the map currencies, you can get unbound magic, and essentially this meta event opens the door to a lot of the other things that you can do in this map. So I think it's a really well-planned meta event. It's very central to a lot of the other things that the map offers, and I think it's pretty fun. I did the meta event 2 or 3 times, and my inventory filled up pretty quickly. I did make some profit, but like I said, if you compare it to other maps, there are better ways to make gold, but this is another way to make gold, and it is efficient enough that you can make some liquid gold. But in general, it's fun to do, so if you haven't done it yet, I'd recommend you do it. You do get loot out of it, you do get gold out of it. It's not like you're wasting your time, so definitely I would recommend going ahead and doing it. Apart from the meta event, there are other events happening around the map in different areas of the map. But for the most part, they revolve around the meta event, and most of them deal with killing champions and, you know, revolve around protecting these braziers. So that's basically what's happening in this map as far as events go. And once again, the rewards we're getting from these events are unbound magic, which I'll touch on a bit more later in the video, how that can be very profitable. We also are continuously getting these items that can be salvaged, and you get different tiers of leather, different tiers of silk, and different tiers of metal, which I think is a really great idea. So you are still getting these items as well, which makes the events also, once again, profitable and valuable, because you are getting items that are selling for a good amount on the trading post as well. Now, apart from that, you are also able to collect fresh winter berries. Now in Ember Bay, we had a currency. In Bloodstone Fen, we had a currency. We had the wood, we had the bloodstone rubies, and in this map, we have fresh winter berries. Now these currencies function pretty much the same way as they do in all the other maps. You can use these fresh winter berries to buy things. You can also eat them to get unbound magic, but essentially this is the valuable currency. Now these fresh winter berries also have a fairly good value, so you can sell these on the vendor. They do have a value of 2 silver, so if you're not going to use them to buy any of the cool items that we'll go over later in the video, or to cook some of the cool recipes, or to convert them to unbound magic, you can sell them on the vendor for 2 silver and 56 copper, I believe it is. But you basically get these fresh winter berries all around the map. You can get them from opening chests. You can get them from gathering the bushes, the winterberry bushes, and these are basically value pieces of currency, and they function the same way as in the previous maps. Now, I was talking about chests just a second ago, and yes, there are chests in this map. Now, like in Silver Wastes, there are chests you need a key to open. You don't need a key to open them, all you need is a Coden's Flame. So the Coden Flame is basically something that you get as soon as you enter the map. You can also get the Coden Flame from a lot of the lit up braziers. And you can use this Coden Flame to melt the ice off of the chests. You can open these chests then, and you can get loot from that. So chests are another thing in the map that are also very valuable. We also have hearts in the map, and once again, the hearts also on a daily reset. You can get special items from these vendors. You can buy bundles of winter berries, so you can buy them in bundles. Just like you bought bundles of wood in Ember Bay, from doing the hearts, they basically moved that concept over to this map now also, and they function basically the same way. They have hearts you can do, and you can then unlock the karma vendor from these hearts, and once again, they are fairly profitable as well. We also have several collections in the map, so if you're not feeling like doing events, if you're not feeling like collecting winter berries, if you're not feeling like running around collecting chests or doing the hearts and getting karma, already a lot to do, but you can also then complete several of the collections that they have in this map as well. A lot of these collections are related to achievements, but just to go over a few of them, we do have one collection that deals with getting the Gift of Aurene, which basically gives you an Aurene mini. And this involves crafting, it also involves doing the story instance, and it involves buying some of the recipes that the vendors offer through the use of winter berries and unbound magic. So you have that achievement. I'll probably make a specific video on that, going a little more in detail about that. We also have a collection called Thoroughly Sampling, in which you have to locate 19 chests throughout the map, and that will basically give you some achievement points, and it will give you frozen exotic weapon fragments. Now, the cool thing about frozen exotic weapon fragments is, yes, you can get them from a lot of these collection achievements. You can also get them from a lot of achievements in this map and related to the story instances, but you can also get frozen exotic weapon fragments in this seasonal Black Lion chest. Now, with these frozen exotic weapon fragments, you can turn these into an NPC in the new map, and what you can then do is buy, with the frozen exotic weapon fragments, a box, and this box gives you a chance to preview its contents, and in that box you have a chance of getting a precursor. So just like with the Mystic Forge, you can throw in random exotics and you have a chance of getting a precursor or other random weapons. This functions the same way. With exotic weapon fragments, the frozen exotic weapon fragments, you can then use those to buy a box, and similarly, you have a chance of getting a precursor or other random items. So it's a neat little feature. It's a neat little way to, once again, give you a different way to get a precursor through these frozen exotic weapon fragments. The only sad part is, I guess, is that there's only a limited amount of collections, only a limited amount of achievements that give you these items. So the only other way really to get them is through the Black Lion chests. I'm hoping that maybe we'll find out another way to get them somewhere through the map, but I highly doubt that because these are fairly rare and they are from Black Lion chests, so I don't think they'll be as easy to earn. But then again, if you look at Halloween, we got trick-or-treat bags. Those were easy to earn and they had them in the Black Lion chest, so maybe there's a way to get these exotic weapon fragments in another way. I have not found out how to get them another way. If you know how to get them another way other than achievements with Black Lion chests or collections, let me know. We're all here to learn, so inform us if there's another way to get them, because that's a great way to get some weapons that are of exotic value, or even get a precursor. So we have that collection where you have to run around and collect different chests, 19 of the chests in different locations. And then we also have a huge achievement called Coda's Blessing, and this is another collection that is featured, which gives you a new enrichment. Now, if you don't know what an enrichment is basically the new type of enhancements that we used to be able to put on our amulets. Currently, we have enrichments for experience, for karma, for magic find, and I believe for, is that it? Am I missing one? No, I think that's it. So and for gold, and a gold enrichment. So for your ascended amulets, you can put an enrichment on your ascended amulet, and most of these enrichments you can buy with laurels and with the tokens from World vs. World. So now there is a new enrichment, which is pretty cool. It is a karma enrichment, and it is called the Coda's Warmth enrichment. It gives you 15% extra karma, and it gives you a fire aura effect. So we've had a few items in game already that give you an aura effect. Now we also have another one, which is a fire aura effect, and I feel like this is one of these items that is very high tier and it's just a show off item, because in reality you can get the karma enrichment with laurels, and it gives you a 15%, just like this one does. But if you're looking for a really top-notch, high-quality item that's very rare, that shows off your dedication to the game, that shows off how much you play the game, how much money you have, I guess, sort of a way to show off, this is the item right here. They seem to have added this item mainly for that purpose, as it does require a lot of things. You do need 950 globs of ectoplasm, 209 gold, and 9,500 unbound magic with 95 fresh winterberries. So this is probably one of these high tier items that can keep you in the map for a long time. If you're interested in that collection achievement, it's a really cool item. It really shows off your dedication to the game by having this fire aura in you, and you get an enrichment for extra karma. So this is a great item, and it can be very valuable if you are trying to get karma. Karma is continuously becoming more valuable, because in the past few maps and in the current map, karma is a currency, and we are getting karma sinks. So it's not a bad idea to go for one of these enrichments. So that's basically everything that you can do in the map. Now let's go over why you'd want to do all these things. So why would you want to do the meta event? Well, mainly because a lot of champions do spawn in this during the meta event. You do get lots of loot boxes, you get lots of exotic strong boxes, so you do get champion bags, and you can make some money off of that. You can get some pretty rare items off of the strong boxes, and you also get lots of experience. If you don't have the Coda's Flame mastery yet, doing these meta events will give you lots of experience. I got my mastery for Coda's Flame in literally like 30 minutes or so. So it didn't take a very long time at all, and the meta events are a great way to farm for experience. There's lots of events in the area that spawn, and the events aren't very long either, so you can go from brazier to brazier and just rack up event successes, and you can get lots of experience, lots of loot, and you can get some champions. Now, why would you want to collect winterberries? This is obviously one of the new currencies, mainly because you can convert them to unbound magic. Now, in a previous gold guide that we did, I know we had a gold trick video covering how you can convert unbound magic to gold by buying some of the packets from the vendors. Well, this is basically the main reason why you want to get winterberries. You can eat winterberries, not salvage them. Before you could salvage blood rubies and the wood. Well, the winterberries you can actually eat, and when you eat them, you get unbound magic. Now, you can convert these winterberries to unbound magic to buy the packets to get more gold, but also you can use your winterberries to buy the new gear that's available. We have an ascended earring, we have an ascended amulet, we have an ascended backpack, we also have an ascended aqua breather, which is also pretty cool. So if you don't have a backpack yet, this is a great way to get an easy backpack if you want to farm for winterberries. If you don't have some ascended accessories yet, this is also a great way to get it, and you can also get an ascended aqua breather. So in general, winterberries and unbound magic are this new type of currency that are really valuable because you can get some really cool, useful things. So that's why winterberries are very valuable. You can also get something really cool with karma, which is a Kodan combat tonic. And the cool thing is, it's an unlimited tonic. Now, I find this to be really awesome because I see a lot of times in the comment section, a lot of you say, oh, can we get a new race? Oh, are the Tengu gonna come as a race? Oh, are the Kodan gonna come as a race? Why are they not putting new races in? And a lot of times I see myself replying to you saying, oh, it's not gonna happen because ArenaNet will have to go through a lot of hoops and change a lot of things and connect a lot of things up with the new race. And everyone seems to have their own argument of how it could work and how they couldn't work. So I love those comments. I love the discussion that we have around that. But it seems like this is what's going on in my head. With this new endless tonic that you can actually become a Kodan, the way it works, you can buy it with karma. It costs a lot of karma, but if you buy this tonic, you can become a Kodan and stay a Kodan in any zone you go to. You can basically fight in combat, out of combat, whatever you're doing, jumping puzzles, jumping whatever, you can be as a Kodan. And essentially, this is kind of turning you into another race. You could play your entire time on Guild Wars 2 as a Kodan. The argument here is some people are saying, oh, is this how they're going to implement new races? Are they not going to add any new races? They're just going to give us new endless tonics always. Is that how it's going to work? And I guess that makes sense. You know, it's an easy way to get around that. That's an easy way to get around it. You know, making a new race, I will admit, it's hard because you have to figure out a way to get a new city. You have to way to implement them. You have to find a way to incorporate them into the personal story. There's a lot of things you have to think about when you're making a new race. You have to get new armors. You have to get new armor. You have to make sure all the other armor fits the race. You have to remodel that, and there's a lot of work that goes into it. So I feel like it's a lot of work to bring out a new race. If they do bring out a new race, it's gonna be in a huge expansion that may cost a bit more. So yes, one of the easier ways to get around that to satisfy the player base is to give these endless tonics. And I think it's a great idea. I think this is one of the best things they could have done, and it's one of the best things in this patch. People are able to become a Kodan wherever they want to go, even in combat, and it feels really awesome and really cool. It adds another way to play the game, and it just makes it feel really awesome. So you can get that. That's one of the items that featured in this patch as well that everyone's been going crazy over. You do need lots of karma. So like I said, karma is becoming a sink nowadays. It's becoming a lot more valuable. Now that's another reason to go for these karma enrichments. Another reason to do all these hearts to get the karma. It's nice to see that karma is finally becoming a currency that people care about, that people can use. And not only can you use winter berries and karma and unbound magic to get these new gears, to get these new tonics, you can also get them to buy some of these new items, such as the new minis. We have a ton of new minis. Ever since Bloodstone Fen came around, we've been getting tons of new minis. A lot of these new minis look really awesome and really cool. If you're into collecting these minis, I know some of you aren't, so obviously if you aren't, then obviously it's kind of not really important to you. But I know a lot of players who are interested in minis, and there's a lot of new ones, and you can use your winter berries, your karma, and your unbound magic to buy some of these new minis. Also, we also have new food this patch. Now here's where it's kind of disappointing. This would have been a great way, a really awesome way to continue to keep this map relevant. And the reason why I say this is because in reality, if you think about it, once a person has gotten their Ascended Aqua Breather, once a person has gotten their Ascended accessories, once a person has gotten their Ascended backpack, and say that person mainly plays on, a couple characters only, there's really no point for them to go back into the Bitterfrost Frontier. I mean, yes, you can still collect winter berries, but for what reason? I mean, the only real reason to do it is to, get the packets, to buy the packets with Unbound Magic, to convert the winter berries by eating them into Unbound Magic, and then taking that Unbound Magic to buy the Magic Warp packets, and then using that to open them and sell the materials on the trading post, which is basically the central idea behind the gold trick that we went over, right? But the thing is that once you did all that, what other reason do you have to go back to this map? There's not really any other reason to go back to this map, especially if you did all the achievements already, you got all the collections already, then there's no reason to come back to this map. With this new food, they could have, and the reason why I say they could have is because they didn't do this. They could have made this food auctionable, so people can actually make a lot of gold off of it, and it gives people a reason to come back to this map to farm for winter berries, to use winter berries to create some of these new foods to sell on the trading post and make some profit, right? Right, exactly. But unfortunately, there are new foods, there are new recipes to make food as well, and it does require you to use winter berries, but sadly, a lot of these foods are not auctionable. The only one that's auctionable is a sorbet, and that's the only one that's auctionable, and you need 10 winter berries, I believe it is. You need a few other ingredients, you need to be a 400 chef. You can make some profit off of crafting this food, but it's so sad to see that they had potential to make this map relevant for future use, for making, for allowing another way to make gold by converting these winter berries as crafting materials for food, using that those chefs can make the new food, and some of the new food is actually really good. A lot of this new food is a top tier food. A lot of it is basically same stats as a top tier food already, but also giving you additional things like magic find maybe. So it gets turned into top tier food. This is the new top tier food, and you know it's sadly not auctionable. It would have been great to see if we can auction these things and you know, make the map relevant, give us another way to make gold, and you know, give cooking the spotlight. I mean, right now crafting is not very profitable. There are, you know, certain cases where crafting is profitable, but this would have been a great chance to say, hey, you know, we have a new currency here, we have new crafting material, winter berries. Let's give it to you, and you can go ahead and craft, make some gold, and do some trading, post trading. This is top tier food anyway. A lot of people are gonna want this food, so there is demand for it. There is supply for it, for you to farm for it. So would have been a great idea. I don't know why I did it, but there is new food to craft. It's pretty good food, so take a look at it and check it out. Now, why would you want to open all these chests? Once again, it's like silver waste chests. You do get unbound magic. You do get rare gear. You do get lots of loot that you can salvage as well. You do get imperial fragments. So if you need that, all that is there. That's basically the main reason why these chests are around the map. There are lots of chests all the way around the map. I think if you complete the meta event, more chests will be added. So it's kind of like Auric Base, and if you finish the meta event, you have access to the lower level of the city for chests. I think if you finish the meta event completely here as well in Bitterfrost Frontier, more chests will spawn as well. I'm not quite sure yet. I have not completed the meta event to its entirety at 100% yet. For some reason, we always have, like, you know, a couple braziers that are not completely lit. I talked to some people in map chat. A lot of them also didn't complete the meta event ever to 100% success. So if you know what happens if the meta event gets 100% success, if something special happens, let me know in the comments section. And if you're interested, look in the comments section. Maybe someone has posted a comment, because I would like to know what happens. So that's basically the rewards from the chests. You can go around, open a lot of these chests. They're pretty much everywhere, and they're very valuable. They're very profitable. This is one of the best ways to make money in this map, along with the unbound magic trick to buy the warped packets. Now, why would you want to do the hearts? Obviously, for more winter berries. You can buy bundles of winter berries every day from these hearts to get more winter berries, and winter berries obviously are the currency to buy the gear, basically the central currency in this map. So that's why you want to do the hearts. Obviously also to get karma, because karma is now a karma sink. And lastly, why would you want to do collections? Mainly because you can get obviously achievement points if you're into collecting AP, and you can get these exotic weapon fragments like we went over already, but also to get some other cool items like the enrichment that gives you an aura. Now, along with this map, there are also other special neat things that you can do. There is a secret jumping puzzle somewhere in the map that I have not done yet. If I do end up doing it, and if I do end up completing it, I'll definitely do a spotlight video on it, but just thought I'd let you know there is a jumping puzzle in this area. There also seems to be a secret area that you can get to. I think it's the bitter cold. I don't think it's very much so secret. I have seen a lot of people say it's a secret area, but in reality, the only way you can get to the bitter cold area, which is the northeast side of the map, is you have to get a potion, I believe it is, and then you can basically go into the area. But there are some neat little secrets where you can actually brew potions with some of the items that you get from killing the monsters in the area. So you can actually create a potion, and you will basically withstand the cold. You can go into the bitter cold and not get frozen to death. So that's a neat little secret. There are also a lot of cool little events that happen in very specific areas, such as in the forest. There's a cool little event with griffins. In the hot spring area, there's also a cool event about clearing the area and making sure that it doesn't turn into a blizzard and turns cold, so the quaggan can stay there with their hot springs. There's also some neat little mastery points that you can earn by gliding in the top trees in the forest. There's a forest that I really like in the map. It's in the north side of the map. A lot of these trees that are very big, you can actually glide on top of, jump around, collect mastery points, collect little bubbles of experience. You know, those little spheres, the blue spheres of magic that we have, you can collect those to get experience. So they have that also. There are also achievements and collections related to collecting stanzas and learning about the lore. Similar to how we had tokens in the last map and journal pages, I think there are stanzas also. If you talk to some NPCs with quaggons next to them, you sort of learn about the lore. So there's that. You also have the ability to gain skills for your Code and Flame. Once you unlock the mastery for Code and Flame, you can talk to an NPC, and with your unbound magic, you can get some skills. Some of these skills do extra damage. They allow you to run really fast. They also give you skills that are immune to some of the frostbite that you get in the map. So those are optional skills. I'm not sure how effective they are. I feel like I wasted my unbound magic buying all the skills. I don't know though. If you know how to use these special skills from Coden's Flame, if you feel like they're very useful, if you know how to use them properly, if you feel like there's a benefit to them, let me know in the comments section, because right now I just bought mine. I'm not sure how useful they are, so let me know. But there is that. I feel like it's an optional buy though. In general, there's lots to do in this map. I really enjoy this map. Hopefully you enjoy this map as well. And essentially, that's pretty much it the map has to offer. Hopefully I covered everything. If I did not cover something, if I missed something, leave a comment down below, and I'll definitely be sure to feature your comment near the top comments if it is something that I did miss. And hopefully you found this video helpful. Hopefully you find this video informative. If you did like the video, go ahead and leave a like. Would really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and subscribe. We have lots of other content on our channel related to Guild Wars 2. We have guides on different maps. We have guides on ascended crafting. We have guides on making gold. We do discussions on the new news that come out for Guild Wars 2. We do discussions and recaps and summaries of the new patches. We have speculation videos. We have lore videos. Lots of cool Guild Wars 2 content, so if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe. Lots of other gaming content on the channel as well, so make sure you subscribe. We'd love to have you on board. And if you'd like to donate $1 to my Patreon page and get some other perks, such as additional entries to our giveaways, such as bonus video content on Patreon, such as a bunch of other few perks that we have, you can go ahead and click the card in the top right hand corner of the screen. I'll bring you to the Patreon page. You can donate to that. And if you want to check out my vlogging channel, the tutorials channel, the advice channel, or the music channel, you can definitely do so with the links in the description as well as on the end screen. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching as always. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you're having a good evening. And this is GSmaniamsmart, and I'll be back sooner than you think. Don't go anywhere.